What is going on? Savage here. I hope that you're having a good day, and I hope that you've been enjoying the new Call of Duty beta. Now, I know there's a lot of discrepancies with the new beta, but I myself have been enjoying it just a little bit. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Wolf Pack today. Also, leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 600 likes, and make sure you join our Discord community. The link to that will be in the description below. Regardless of the fact, though, in today's video, we'll be covering and breaking down some more solo viewer-submitted gameplay. Now, I know the game's got a lot of problems right now. I physically haven't touched it since the update just because of the disconnection issues, removing the bounty issues, the gun glitch issues, and also now the stim glitch. And it's just been a pile of garbage, so I haven't played it in a minute. But within this breakdown, I'll be going over different circle rotations, how to fight targets efficiently, whether they win or lose the fight. I'll be covering the loser's movements. So if the enemy dies, I'll be going over what he's doing wrong. If we die, I'll be going over what we do wrong. I'll also be discussing different aspects that you guys could utilize during some downtime of gameplay. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. In today's gameplay, we will be spectating my dude Cola Cuba. Now, if you guys have been following the series for many months, you guys will remember Cola Cuba. We had an 11th place, I believe, with about 6 or 7 kills. I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember something along that line. I do hear gunshots here. So remember, guys, whenever you go for a search objective, if you want to get the search, you need to land right on it. You've got to land right on it. Fight it out with your pistols. If you die, that's fine. Go ahead and restart another game. Don't even worry about the gulag. If I die in the very beginning, I'm just backing out. So go ahead and reset and try again, because here we are in a position. Of course, the door's open, so this building's already been looted. We heard gunshots, so there's probably going to be a dead body, and the search objective is now gone. Now, pay attention to where the search objectives are, because since it was picked up, you should know exactly where the enemy was last at, right? There's one of them sitting in a bathroom. Guys, look, I see this day in and day out. I see this time and time again. Me playing the game, me spectating games, it doesn't matter. There are so many players that fall to this. Guys, what do you think is wrong with this right here? Like, come on, man. What's wrong with this picture? You're relying way too much on your gun. And you might be like, Savage, what? What do you mean you're relying on your gun too much? This game is filled with desync. This game is filled with connection issues. This game is filled with hit registration issues. Why would you put all of your eggs in one basket and just be like, you know what? Hopefully I can outshoot the enemy, right? This guy doesn't bunny hop. This guy doesn't move side to side. This guy just stands perfectly still like a statue and shoots his gun. Not to mention, he doesn't give himself an outlet, right? If this was me and I was fighting our dude Cola Cuba in this building, I would never put myself in a corner, ever. You don't want to put yourself in a position to where you only have one way in and one way out. Because if he throws C4 in there, if he throws a sticky grenade in there, if he throws thermite in there, you're dead anyway, right? So why would you put yourself in a position to get hit by things like that? Not to mention, if you go up on the second floor and y'all get in a shootout, he's come up the stairs and he looks like he's winning the fight, you can just bail out, jump off the balcony, come back in while plating and restart, right? There's different ways and different methods to fight fights. This should not be one of them, but this is the most seen fighting position, I should say, in the game, which is absolutely crazy. So break out of the habit. If you're in a fight, guys, and you see a bathroom, don't go to it. If you're in a fight and you see one little room with one way in, one way out, don't go to it, guys. Keep yourself mobile. That way you can work buildings, jump through windows, jump through doors, jump off balconies, jump off rooftops, climb the ladders. You got to be able to play the building to your advantage. Don't give up and put yourself behind a toilet, because you're going to get shit on. But I still believe there's another enemy here. And the reason why I say that is because the search objective, I believe, was across the street. Now, remember, search objectives are always hot. There's going to be a lot of people there. People have caught on, you know, a month, 2 months ago, that search objectives is the fastest way to go ahead and get your loadout. So, of course, people are going to be dropping for it. Of course, it's going to make for a hot drop. All right, but we've looted. We're heading out, and now we have a bounty next to us. Guys, remember, bounties is cheat code. If you're on the edge of the map and you've got to rotate in, just pick up a bounty. Actually, any situation ever. If you have nothing to do and you're trying to figure it out, pick up a bounty. You don't have enough money yet to get your loadout stash, but loadout should be dropping relatively soon. So I would go ahead and get the bounty and utilize the M4 that you have to get the kill, because it's not the best M4 build in the world, but it's definitely good enough to go ahead and get a kill. Not to mention, just the chance that it marks somebody pretty close to you is always a bonus, because if you're trying to get safe and you're running in from the edge of the circle, trying to get to the new circle, the last thing you're gonna do is get shot by somebody who's close. So if it does have the chance to mark somebody close, which it does, I would go ahead and pick it up. All right, but here we're using the MP5 and the AMAX. We finally got our loadout and we're picking up the bounty and heading for it. Oh, There's another vehicle in front of you. Now, luckily, this guy wasn't in the tower. Thank God. If there's ever a bounty in the tower, guys, I mean, he does have an airstrike, a precision strike, so you could use that. But, you know, if you don't have kill streaks and things like that, if he's ever in the tower, just bail out. I'm not even going to mess with him. I'm not even going to waste my time trying to go up there so I can get killed. All right, so here we are in pursuit, trying to chase down the bounty, who looks to be running to the buy station, which means he's probably going to go buy his loadout. Hopefully you can catch him in the act, right? That way he's in the middle of looting for the loadout stash. And hopefully before he grabs it, you can go ahead and get some shots off on him. Should be a pretty easy kill if he's sitting there caught up in his buy station. All right, now I have a few things wrong with this play. I like the fact that you bailed out your vehicle going to a compound. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position to get C4'd. But now you've created a position to where if you get shot at by the house, right? If you get shot at by the building and you need to push up there for whatever reason, say an enemy's pushing you from behind, they call in a cluster strike, and this is the only cover you have is this little bitty rock, or you just get bored of sitting here and you want to push the building. It's a pretty wide open field, so you could get caught out relatively easy. So I try to avoid bailing out of vehicles when I don't have cover to push the compound I'm trying to push. Does that make sense? Also leading back to the point where I was saying, you know, I wouldn't bail out because now I have to walk across this open field to the enemy. If for whatever reason the enemy that you have the bounty on, which is not the guy you were just shooting at, if for any reason that bounty got on the roof and you started shooting at him, now you're running the open and he could just lean over the roof and shoot at you, right? Again, you put yourself in a vulnerable position, putting yourself out here like this. Granted, I like the fact you bailed from the vehicle early, but you could have done it at a different angle. But not only that, then you shot at a whole different enemy, revealed your position, told everyone where you're at, and you put yourself in an opportunity to get absolutely bulldozed if the enemy happened to be on the roof, which is usually a pretty popular spot. When it comes to pushing buildings like this, I love pushing from top down. I would go ahead and use a ladder that's right next to the buy station, crawl up on the roof, then use the next ladder next to you, and then come down on the enemy. I don't like pushing up like this because usually there's going to be an enemy that's mounted, just completely waiting for you to come by. Holy shit. What gun did he have? It sounded like he was shooting a bazooka. Did y'all hear the depth of that? The audio, it was such a deep shot. All right, there's a vehicle coming up now. You've got a really nice weapon too, by the way. I love the AMAX. All right, I really don't see anything wrong with your ADS sensitivity. Now you are kind of out there, and I still do believe there's another enemy in this compound. Not 100%, but remember that guy we shot at before you pushed the compound? I'm pretty sure that was not the bounty because he was coming from a whole different direction. So he's got to remember that there may be someone else here. Now, I'm not a fan of what the enemy's doing right now. The enemy is, he literally bailed out of the vehicle because he got his armor busted and he got scared. So he just bailed out. All the enemy had to do was dip back to Storage Town, take a left turn, go to Storage Town, sit there, make sure he had full plates, loot up, whatever he wants to do, and then gatekeep, well, Cola Cuba, gatekeep us, right? Because he's in a position where we're going to probably have to move to them because we're on the edge of the circle, and the circle's probably not rotating back this way. All right, now in a position where we're just fighting that one guy. He knows we're there. We don't know if he's still behind the rock. We don't know if he went back to Storage Town. We don't know what he did, but I would imagine he's gonna be sitting there trying to camp on us, right? That's what people do in this game. Go ahead and just about to say it. Go ahead and use the UAV. Again, I still do believe there's another player here. So at this moment in time, I would probably pop that beast and get in the vehicle and drive to safety, right? Yeah, trophy systems over everything, man. I'm guessing either A, the other enemy died to the bounty, or B, he just dipped out. And that could be him right there, actually. Is he in the tower? No shot. No shot. Bro. Dude, I hope he's on the tower. You know, the towers in this game, I wish they would never have put them in here. It's not a good vantage point, but it is a pain in the ass to deal with. There he is, of course, bro. And once you break their armor, what do? They go prone and they sit there. Hey, dude, the AMAX is nasty with it. Fights like that, you definitely don't want to give up on. You just want to change your position and get an angle on the enemy. I see too many times people sit up here, and they're sit up here uncontested for the whole match for whatever reason. they'll start shooting at an enemy, and the enemy will shoot back, and the moment their plates are broken, they'll lay prone, and they'll just lay there patiently for some reason until the enemy gets distracted by another team. And then once that enemy gets distracted, here comes your boy Betty Joe, who's camping on the tower, and he comes with the third party. Unfortunately, that's just oh no, pick it up, there you go. But Cole, I will say I definitely love the improvement on your aggression, putting trophy system on vehicle, going after kills, using bounties, UAVs as a tool. I absolutely love to see that. It's good to see you out here literally doubling your kills and getting some wins from it too. All right, so here we have a guy literally sitting on the edge of the circle, gatekeeping. But fortunately for you, it's not really a position that's going to put you in a bad spot, right? If he was in the rooftop of apartments that's on the edge of the circle, you'd be in a little trouble if he was looking down to gatekeep you. But the fact that he's just in these little buildings right here, he's not really going to have any high ground. He really won't have an advantage to kill you. So you're pretty much, I think you have the advantage, to be honest. All right, there he is by the 2-story building, mounting to get the shots off. I probably wouldn't have shot in that spot anyway. At that range, the chance of getting the kill before he goes inside is pretty slim to shit. You could wait for him to peek the window, but I honestly would wait for him to leave the compound and then get the shots off on him. And unfortunately, because of the way this game is designed, right? When people get shot at, they just close the doors, sit in the building, and they'll just wait for you to either leave them alone or B, wait for you to have to push towards them, where they'll just peek out the window and get the kill off. And yes, you know, campers, people that camp, they win a lot of fights. They do. Their KD is not that good and their consistency is pretty shit, but they're winning gunfights because they're going to ruin somebody's day with camping. However, it doesn't mean that's a play. Just because you can get a kill or two camping doesn't mean that's a play. I highly recommend getting out of the camping mentality and just running around. Who cares about dying at the end of the day, guys? It's just a game. So go ahead and practice getting better at this game. That way, when the next game drops, you guys will be that much better at it. Oh, but I love the fact that Colo Cuba, you know, he had the bounty on him. He was aware that another enemy was chasing him down. It could have been the bounty he was chasing down, but he was still looking and scanning around the map, and that's how he was able to spot this guy right here. He didn't stay tunnel vision on the bounty despite knowing exactly where he was at. He kept his awareness up, which allowed him to get an easy kill on that guy. And I'm pretty sure this guy's still camping in this building. I'm pretty sure. It's crazy. All right, now I will say I'm not a fan of this position here. This building on his right-hand side, he could have went around the right of this building, which would have been a better option. Yes, you wouldn't be able to see the enemy. Yes, you wouldn't be able to see if the enemy leaves the building and rotates elsewhere. I get that. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep eyes on the building, and I'm down for that. I like it. But if this player was good, if this player could beam with his shots and he opens this door right now and starts shooting at you, you're really relying on your gunplay. And again, just like I said about the first fight, you don't want to rely on your gunplay and put yourself in a position where you're fighting desync and fighting hit registration and things like that. You want to go ahead and use everything to your advantage: cover, concealment, tactics, things like that. So I don't like you being here, because if he does open the door, if he does come around the side of the building, let's say he leaves the front of this building, right, and comes around the side. He now has a corner he could peek, mount on, and absolutely beam you. And if you get shot, where are you going to go? You're not going to be able to slide cancel left, slide cancel right. You're not going to be able to go prone behind anything. You have no cover. You have no concealment. You're basically out there to get shot. Again, with this player here, I will say he doesn't seem like he has the confidence to get the kill. No hate, but it's just based off, you know, his strategy of sitting in a building. So I really wouldn't be too scared about this. But normally, if you're playing against some decent players, I definitely would recommend, you know, doing the exact opposite of that. Fortunately for you, though, you can do something, right? This guy has to leave the building in 15 seconds. This is what I always tell you guys to avoid. If for whatever reason you're deciding to camp up, don't let the circle force you out, because now you're going to have to fight not only Cola Cuba, but you're going to have to fight the circle. And all Cuba's going to do is just sit here and wait patiently, just like you are, for being a little scared little girl. He's going to wait for you to come out so he can get the easy shots. And I will say, you want to kind of keep your eye on a little bit of this, right? Let's see if he peeks again so I can show you what I mean. You want to keep your eye on this area. You don't have to hug the corner. I definitely don't recommend hugging the corner, but like, what if you were sitting there behind the corner, you're waiting for him to come to you, and then he flanks right and he goes this way? Then you lose sight of him. And I like the fact that you're peeking every now and again, but again, movement in this game is really quick. Slide canceling is really fast. He can move from his building to here in about 5 seconds. So if you're not peeking every 5 seconds, he has the opportunity to escape you. Also, same thing. He might go left. He might come out the building and go left to you, and then come up on your left-hand side and really surprise the shit out of you. There's nothing wrong with keeping your eyes on the building because he's not going to be expecting you sitting right here. He really won't be. If you guys put it in your head that you're going to be patient enough to sit here and watch this building, make sure you're sitting here watching the building and using your patience, right? If you had a concussion, you could go in there and stun that bitch and get the kill, but that's neither here nor there. And I get you wanting the kill. I really do, and I like it. But, dude, this is so much wasted time. You could probably get more kills, right? Brings me to my concussion point. If you had a concussion, you could push in there and hopefully win the fight. Again, you only have 4 kills, so if you died at this point in the game, it's not a huge deal. This isn't a PR game you're going for. This really doesn't matter that much. So pushing in buildings and trying to fight, definitely the play. Now, I did just open the back door. Now, you want to keep your eye on the right side of the building, too. You're really hindering yourself only watching one doorway because he could be just throwing an audible. He could open the back door to make you think he's leaving the back, and then he wraps around the front, and you've sat here waiting for this kill, and he ends up leaving. I'm not a fan of this at all. And I want you guys to notice, again, with the heartbeat, right? Oh, there he is. Holy crap. There's a suppressor, dude. He's waiting in very last second. This dude's been camping for 2.5 minutes, chat. 2.5 minutes. The hell are people doing? See, I like this angle better. I like the fact that now you're staring at the door, but you can see the right side of the building. This is just kind of what I was saying, because I had a feeling he would be pushing out the other side. All right. No fight should ever last anybody over 60 seconds. We just wasted 2.5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes. Not really sure. Really wasn't paying attention to the timer, but we wasted a lot of time for that one kill. Remember, I get the fact that the heartbeat sensor reveals everybody early game. I get that, but guess what else does? People shooting guns, right? I know where people are at in Superstore because I hear the gunshots. I hear their footsteps. I know where people are at around me early game because I hear the gunshots, because I hear their footsteps, because I'm aware. You don't have to have a heartbeat to know where enemies are at. That's just a huge misconception. Heartbeat is a great tool. I used it for years, right? I used it in Modern Warfare 2. I use it in this game. I love the heartbeat. It's a great tool. But if you're trying to get more kills, put away the heartbeat. If you don't worry about kills, if you're okay with winning with 3 kills, 4 kills, and getting the win, that's fine too. Heartbeat it up. But if you guys are trying to get your kills up, trying to get double digits, trying to get 20 kills, trying to get 30 kills, you have to put away the heartbeat. You have to. But we're sitting on $26,000, and here we are by the buy station. This is beautiful. You could throw an advanced UAV up, which I would do. You already have a self-res. Buy a gas mask too. Why not, right? Why not? Just go ahead and buy one. You got the money for it. Also buy another UAV to put in your reserve. I highly recommend. There you go. And still you have enough money, but that's fine. You know, the gas mask getting crucial, but I definitely would get it, especially for an ending like this. When it comes to compound endings and like huge clusters of buildings, aka train station, promenade, hospital, superstore, things like that, I love using gas masks at end game because there's a lot of times a circle will rotate one way that's really going to screw you. You're gonna have to cross in the open, you're gonna have to cross when you're getting shot at, and sometimes you will need to run back into the gas to get a better position. Oh, thank God. I was about to say, here we are in a position where someone's camping in a tower, but he just jumped off the tower, so we're good. And the UAV is telling us that there's an enemy on the east side of fire station, and that there's an enemy on top of the roof next to us, who's also our bounty, right? And someone just shot from fire station, killing your bounty. So there's a guy with ghost with no suppressor. Why run ghost with no suppressor? Whatever. Sitting here on fire station. Now, I'm going to assume he's on the roof. We did see a guy jump out of tower earlier as we were coming up to the building. So I'd imagine it's the same guy. He's on the roof. Plus, because your bounty, who was, I'm assuming, on the roof, camping, got shot. So the angles dictate he's probably on the high ground. Not to mention there is a little arrow above his little bleep. So he is on the roof. All right, but we know where he's at now, so hopefully we can get an easy kill. This guy's going to have to jump off the roof and put his body very vulnerable in order to get a kill. There is another bleep on heartbeat, though, and I think he might confuse... No, oh, shit. He's on... Oh, to your right, no! Oh, shit, dude. Rip, bro, rip. All right, you got the AMAX, dude. Real easy kill right here. Real easy kill right here. All right, good shit. You notice how that jump shot really saved him at the end? He was getting obliterated, then he just jumped to the side a little bit. And the enemy instantly stopped shooting at him. Now, you do have a guy pushing you from behind. That's probably who I would rotate to. You need to get that UAV in there, brother. You need to get that UAV in there. There you go. He's on the building you just came from. Perfect. God, perfect, dude. Good use there. Now, this guy's already on the high ground, judging by the UAV, right? We have ghosts, so that's awesome. So even if this UAV is the enemy, which I believe it is because there's a buy station next to us, he'll have no idea you're coming up. So I love that. Guys, look, what the enemy was doing right there was just no-no. If you see a dead body, don't go crouch or prone and start looting the stuff, because the guy died there for a reason. There's probably someone close, and you're on the edge of the circle. Situation like that, again, looting fast is very important. People don't think that, but it is, because of the situation right there with that enemy. He sat there and he was taking his time looting, looking through all the stuff, picking what he wanted. I'm gonna donate this to Goodwill. I'm gonna bring this to my mama. I'm gonna give this to my son. Oh, this one's for me though. You know, you don't need to do all that shit. Just run past it, pick up loot fast. If you miss something, you miss it, and roll out. He died there for a reason. The enemy's alert should have been up. You're on the edge of the circle. Again, the enemy's alert should have been up. You should never have allowed our dude Cola Cuba to sneak up from behind. That's another mistake I see too, guys. A lot of people are like, okay, I'll use UAVs and bounties and I'll just do that. But guys, with UAVs in the air, it tells you where people are at, but it doesn't tell you where everyone's at. So you guys cannot get complacent just because you have a UAV in the air. All right, so now we're in a position where there are 11 enemies painted on the map by the advanced UAV, which is amazing. That means most of the server is spotted, right? We know where most of the server's at right now, which is awesome. So things to worry about. Well, one, you want to get the promenade area. This side of the circle is definitely going to be the favored, even if the circle rotates the opposite direction, because these buildings are the high ground. They'll have the best vantage point and it'll be easy to shoot people. Also, you don't have to really worry about these guys right here. All four of these players will run into each other and kill each other before you're even having to worry about them. So I wouldn't even worry about this. I would definitely make mental notes of all these guys you're about to run into though. Again, another position that I highly recommend having stuns in. You're pushing rooftops, you're pushing buildings with staircases. You guys want to do that. Now, we'll cover pushing these buildings if we end up doing that later in this video, but we'll see what he ends up doing. All right, but I like the fact that I can see your thought process. I can see you thinking. It looks like you're going to stay on this side of the circle, a train station, which is okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I mean, it may work out in your favor. And there's also a bounty, and since you're going for bounties all game, I'm going to assume you're going for another bounty. Now, just be aware. Remember, we have people marked on UAV. We know where people are at, but there's 2 enemies missing at least, right? And this is train station, so be aware that people may be coming out of train station. There's an enemy right there. What did your mom teach you guys? When you're crossing a street and or parking lot, make sure you look both ways before you're crossing. You might get hit by a vehicle, right? Well, guess what is worse getting hit by? Bullets. This guy literally just beelined it for the bounty or whatever he was going. Didn't look left, didn't look right, didn't really care to. And it got him killed. It cost him his life. Y'all need to be very aware. Early game, mid game, do what you want. I highly recommend always being aware, but that's fine. You can get away with not being aware. You can get away with just being relaxed early and mid game. But late game, when the circle's super tiny and everyone's condensed together, you have to look. You have to look. There's no excuse for that. All right, and again, I want to give compliments to Cola. You know, when you jumped over there, you instantly looked right. You were already prepared for an enemy to be there. You were already expecting it, and your alert level was high. It's what you guys want to do. A lot of people, again, you don't look around. Your awareness is down. You need to spike that awareness up. You need to play each game full-fledged 100%. And also, when he was fighting, look at what he was doing, right? When he was in the middle of fighting the enemy just stayed there crouched and shooting. What did our dude Cola do? He jumped twice to the side, which made it harder to hit him, made it harder for the enemy to track him, and it also messed with the kid's aim assist, right? You guys need to stay mobile. It's helped him in almost every fight he's been in right now, and I love the improvement I'm seeing from Cola Cuba. Absolutely drastic. All right, so we need to get to a better spot. The spot he's in right now is bad juju. He's by a tent. That's concealment. That's not cover. You can shoot right through it. There is a wall in front of him right here on the mini-map, but he's not pushing yet. Why is he not pushing yet? Because he wants to check his surroundings. You see him looking around. You see him checking the hill. You see him checking the building rooftops. He wants to make sure that when he does push to that wall, if that's his plan, that when he does push to a better position, he doesn't get shot in the back or the side. A lot of people make mistakes here in this late game because they'll rotate too soon. There is such a thing as rotating too soon. It's probably one of the greatest mistakes players make. Playing the edge of the circle is pretty boring and shit early in mid game, right? But late game, it's just an extra couple seconds, right? Because the circle doesn't move that fast. The circle's timer isn't that long. So he wants to make sure his surroundings are clear before he puts himself in a position. Ooh, it's there. Oh, utilizing the AMAX to its full advantage. I love it, dude. Now in that position there, you know, he got shot at, his armor was broken, but he still challenged it because his plates weren't fully broken. And he knew that. He was aware of that mid-fight. He broke the enemy's plates. He knew the enemy was one tap. He knew he had more plates. He had more health than the enemy. So he just went ahead and challenged the hell out of that and got the nice hit through the wall. I love it. I love it. All right, now we're down to 6 enemies left. 2 enemies are actually in a fight with each other right now. So you could utilize this opportunity to kind of push closer to the zone, which is exactly what our dude's doing. All right, here we are pushing up. Everyone's in a gunfight right now, which is a perfect opportunity for you to go ahead and push to safety and get the easy third-party kill. All right, instead he's gonna go ahead and push in the building. Now this is the building he got that last kill in that was in the window that he shot through the wall, right? But even though we know we got a kill in here, ooh, I don't like this either. Assume there's another player here because there are 4 enemies left and there are only, you know, 3 really good buildings to be on. Actually, 2 good buildings to be on. So people will want this spot. So you want to pretend like people are here because this is a prime time spot. You have the high ground, you have one of the best vantage points, and you have circle favor, so that's great, right? Also, let's talk about this. You didn't turn around and look behind you. I don't like that. Pushing up the staircase like this and not turning around is very, very, very dangerous. If there was an enemy camp in there, you would have no shot in hell to be able to turn around and outshoot him if he's a beamer, right? So get familiar with the building layouts. Know that there's a room behind you, and when you're coming up the staircase right here, you definitely want to turn around and look to make sure there's not an enemy sitting there waiting for you to come up. Now this is where the player, there's a parachute glitch. I love this game. Easy kill, easy beams. Now I will say you did have C4, so instead of putting yourself in a vulnerable position to jump out there and get killed by him or get third party by another, you could have just threw C4 down there and got the kill. But you know what? I like the fact that you jumped out the window, you played with some balls, you played with some cojones, and you went with your move and got a kill. Now you do have the rooftop here. And you have 3 seconds. I would go ahead and have gotten on the rooftop. That way I could look around and see who's around me and get some easy picks. You have the best vantage point in the game. The best. Everyone should want this spot. Everyone wants to be here. There's an easy kill right there. There's 2 of them, actually. Again, C4 is your best friend. Make sure you're utilizing it. There's actually 2 guys there. I don't know if he sees a second person. There he does. There he is. Guys, this is late game. This is what people do late game. They crouch by everything, right? All right, I want to go ahead. First off, congrats on the win, GG. And I want to go ahead and show you guys what happened. Let's just rewind this a little bit. This is something I always tell you guys to avoid doing at all costs. If you're going to go into gas and fight, stay in the gas. The last thing you want is to be put in a position where you can't ADS. You can't really be that accurate because you're having the gas mask animation, right? Or it cancels a reload, things like that. So once the gas hits you right here, at this point, stay in the gas. That's it. I'm staying here. I'm not jumping out. I'm not going to risk this, and get shot by some asshole because the gas mask animation is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Granted, you got the kill and it doesn't really matter that much, but nonetheless, there are a lot of positions or a lot of times where you'll get killed because of the gas mask animation. So if you're going into the gas and you're going to have a fight in the gas and you have a gas mask with full ticks on it, just stay in there. Finish the fight. Don't worry about conserving it, especially in game when it's a 1v1 situation. But again, GG, my dude. Colo Cuba, thank you for submitting this gameplay. It's been, I don't remember how long, but I think it's been about 2 months since I've last spectated and commentated on your video. And you have improved tremendously. Your movement, your gameplay, your shots, your sensitivity, the way you push things, the way you go after kills. I love to see the fact that your kills are doubling. I love to see the fact that you're winning. Great stuff, brother. Congratulations again. Guys, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination the best player in the world, but I do have years and years and years of strategy experience, battle royale experience. So when it comes to things like this, I can really direct you guys into a better position. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also subscribe to the channel today and join the Wolf Pack. We are closing in on 50,000 subscribers. And guys, if y'all have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you check out one of these 2 videos. And as always, subscribe by hitting the button over my left-hand shoulder. Y'all have a good one and keep on improving.